Hey YouTube, this is Jordan, and I just wanted to come out with a video on AFK gathering. This is a very strange, weird thing that you can do, but I wanted to share it for people that maybe don't have enough active time to push gathering. If they're wanting to push gathering, this is going to be the best AFK method that you can do for gathering, and I'm going to kind of share the setup with it. Now I could improve this, but I'm just going to share basically how it works. So to AFK gather means that you're away from your computer and your guy is gathering. So this is called digging with shovel. And basically what you do is you go to the desert and you wait until it turns into a red desert like this, and basically you click these shovels and you can hit repeat, and your guy will basically stand here and he will gather, and it'll just keep going and going and going. Now to make this better, what we're going to be doing is trying to optimize weight and energy regen. And with this setup, I'm actually running, now for the artifacts, you can basically run anything. You can run, gather XP, you could run gather mastery if you wanted, or gather item drop rate. I like gather item drop rate because you do get sharps when digging. So I like the item drop rate. However, with the set bonus, we're actually going to run energy recovery. +2. So there's a set bonus that you can get. It's an iridescent harvest, trap, and plains, and with these combined equals energy recovery +2. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to gather longer. So while it is automatically gathering AFK, it'll refresh your energy a lot faster. Also, what we're going to be doing is we are not going to be running Verter or potentially like a Lightstone, like Trent's Tier, Con, any of the Lightstones. And the reason why is because these add gather speed, which we want to slow down as much as we can. Now I am in a guild, so basically we're automatically going to have +3 gathering. However, that is the lowest that I can get. We're also going to be running a trader's close because this is going to give us more weight. Now you could run like a gather's close, maybe for more gather mastery. You don't have to run the weight, but I'm going to show the reason why I run weight. You also could replace the belt with a golden coral belt, and you could run pets. I believe there's pets that add weight as well, but I forget what they're called. This is my current gather setup, so basically gather XP, life XP for gathering. And then, yeah, basically 3 speed. And what that's going to do is that is going to slow down how fast we gather. Now, I've already ran I ran some tests and did some math. And I basically broke it down on this spreadsheet. But basically what we did was I started out with this much energy, and this is how much energy we consumed. So we consumed about 29 energy in 10 minutes, which would equal about 174 energy an hour, which would roughly mean in my energy pool of 515 energy, I could gather AFK for 2.95 hours. My XP basically gained 0.02% in the 10 minutes, so roughly 0.12% an hour, which would equal out to close to 0.35% in a session. Okay, so for how long my guy can AFK gather, that's roughly about how long we can gather for. Now, if you do this 2 times a day, then you're looking at 0.70%, and it's going to equal out to almost 5% a week. Now, keep in mind, this is at Guru 48, which not a lot of players are at, or even close to. But if you're a new player, then maybe you don't have enough active time to play the game. However, you want to still progress your gathering. This is going to be the best method in order to progress that. Okay? So, essentially, trying to get as much weight as you possibly can. And then also running this energy recovery +2 will help out. Also, if I come down here, I basically kept track of the weight. This is how much weight we gained in the 10 minutes that I tested, which would equal about basically filling up about 122.1 weight or 732.6 weight per hour, which equals 2,100 weight in the 2.95 hours. So almost 3 hours is how long this character can AFK gather. Now, obviously, the more energy that you have, the longer you can gather. So if you have even more energy, you'll be able to gather even longer. However, it is still weight dependent. So even if you say have 700 energy and you can gather for an additional hour, you have to make sure that you have the weight. Now, another thing to keep in mind when gathering in the desert is that you will get a desert debuff. So in order to do this, you actually need the HP pot, which I do not have. But if I wanted to do this as an activity, you have to make sure that you have the HP pot so that you can heal the desert debuff that it will go off on you. You're also going to want the fairy skill, which I actually do not have as well, where it is going to essentially pop the potions for you. So you will want that fairy skill as well. I forget what it's called. You guys can just say it in the comments. But you're going to want that as well. You also are going to want to... Now, I didn't keep track of how many shovels I actually burn per 10 minutes and then multiply that to get the correct amount of shovels. But if I was to record 10 more minutes and then get a number of how many shovels I'm going to consume, then I would know how many shovels in the amount of time that I would need on my character. You will, depending on where you do this at as well, will depend on the mats that you get. There are other areas in the desert that you can gather where you can swap the mats that you actually get. And what I mean by this is in this spot you will roughly get vanadium and muddy bagwater. You get violet crystal, blue crystal, and rough blue crystals. You also will get sharps, and you will get fairy breaths. So this is my AFK setup. Up here's the desert debuff. Now I do not have the potion, but if I did have the potion, then it could out heal the heat stroke. But we're just gonna go ahead and grab this just to get rid of it. That's basically all you do is you set it up AFK. It is going to be dependent on your energy recovery. Now also another way that you could increase how long you can gather is a ginseng. This will also increase it a lot. You'll gain 50 more energy and you will recover 1 energy. So this will also add an energy recovery. We have Villa that gives energy recovery. This gives +2 energy recovery. You could run the ginseng. And then if you wanted to as well, you could also pop one of these pills. You could pop one of these pills. And for 3 hours, you will essentially gain energy and have unlimited energy. In a sense, you could essentially gather overnight for 8 hours if you wanted to use this. Now, money wise, I don't know if you would actually be able to pay it off. I'm actually not sure how much money you would make. However, if you did pop one of these, you could technically gather for 8 hours if you have the weight. So it is weight dependent. So that is something to keep in mind. Basically, you get 30,000 of these. You can exchange it for an energy regen, 1 per night. So that is something that you could do. I did test running like silvered embroidered. I did not test Manos gather clothes. However, this is a very weird setup, but it does work. Like I said, at Guru 48, I would get 5% a week with basically no effort. Just setting it up, making sure that I have my HP pot regenning me, and then making sure my character just has the lowest amount of weight, get enough shovels, and basically I can just keep gathering. So that is something that you can do. This is AFK gathering in the desert for the most AFK XP for gathering. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.